Welcome back to Apollo Frak's Nuzlocke of Pokemon Silver. Uh, as you can see, it's nighttime. That's because I anticipate on getting to Bellsprout Tower and hopefully getting a Ghastly this time. So let's get going. Start off with youngster Joey. Do all this battling, so we should be able to get 3 new Pokemon. I'll go for the one in Dark Cave, the one on the next route up, and hopefully we can get a Ghastly on in Bellsprout Tower. That'd be great if we can. Very great if we can. So, let's get going. Come on. Ugh, I don't have any more Pokemon. Should I get Joey's number? I don't know. Should I? No. Not right now. I do love Joey, though, and his top percentage Rattata. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle! Yeah! Absolutely. Youngster Mikey. And your terrible Pidgey. So, I am upset though that I have 2 flying normal type Pokemon in my party. So I probably don't have great type coverage. It could be better. But it's not terrible, but it could be a lot better. Hopefully, Dark Cave, I can get myself a Geodude. Because a rock type would do me well, especially against the first gym, and it wouldn't be too bad against the second gym. Or, and it would probably be my best bet against Whitney too. But that's a ways down the line. So, also, I'm sorry this is taking so long for me to actually record and get this loaded up and get it loaded up onto YouTube. Things have just been hectic in my life recently. I have a hyperthyroidism, so I had to take a radioactive iodine, and that took me out for quite a while. So that, and along with my job right now, since I'm working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, 6 on, 2 off, it makes it kind of hard for me to record this. I don't have a lot of free time, but hopefully that should all change. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out into my Pidgey or not my Pidgey, to Scout. And I was lying. I, for some reason, thought I had a Pidgey and a Spearow, but I've got a Sentret, so I'll go ahead and switch out to the Sentret. Because the Sentret needs to be leveled up a little bit, too. I like to keep my Pokemon pretty close to the same level. I know a lot of people do. But it's really the only way to be when you are playing a Nuzlocke. Well, we're almost to the point where we can catch a new Pokemon, so let's see. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I forgot to stop by and talk to my mom. She's gonna ask me to save some money. Sure, I will. Because it's a misconception. I think a lot of people think that because your mom calls you and tells you that she uses the money to buy things, but she doesn't actually use the money. I believe this is a new route, but I'm not sure. Oh well. I'm not gonna catch it because I don't believe in the dupes clause when I'm playing anyway, so I'm just not gonna catch the Rattata. That's okay. I like Raticate a lot, but since I don't know if this is considered to be part of the new route or not, I don't want to. I guess I could pull it up and see now, but that's not going to help in the long run. So, yeah, I'm on 31, so that would have been my encounter for this route, but that's okay. Not that I would have liked that much better, but don't get me wrong, I think Knocked Out looks real cool, but I think I personally think that Furo is better than Knocked Owl. That's scary. Alright, let's I forgot how lucky I got getting that Cyndaquil. Because I really don't like... I'm glad I didn't get the Chikorita. Chikorita would have been bad. I'm gonna have to switch out. Yeah. Woo. Can't keep doing that. Alright. Cinder it is. Alright, if I'd known that Hoot was going to go for a Growl, I actually probably could have kept it. Could have kept my Sentret in, but that's fine. I'd rather not have Sentret die on me. It's too early in the Nuzlocke to have someone dying. But I've only got 2 potions, but that's fine. I've only got 2 that are really hurting. And I think I'm going to put Scout up front, because Scare's at level 7, Scout's a little weaker, so let's do that. Alright, Dark Cave, let's hope for a Geodude. If I can't get it, hopefully Zubat. Well, I like Zubat. I know a lot of people don't, especially you Gen 1ers out there. I know you can't help but think of Zubat as this useless Pokemon that he used to be in first gen, but starting with second gen, he is great because of Crobat. Crobat is just so good, like, and so I really don't mind having a Zubat at all. I love Crobat. Crobat's great. So I'm not hating at all. It's good. It'll be good for my team in the long run. Let's see, a male Zubat's name. Let's see. What is a good name for you? Oscar. I think that's a terrible name for you, but it's the best I can come up with off the top of my head right now. So Oscar it is. Alright, so now we're going to go to Sprout Tower. I'm actually going to not catch an unknown. I'm not going to go to the Ruins Mouth, even though I can, and that would just be an extra Pokemon, but I feel like it'd just be fodder. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to put Oscar up front before this battle. But yeah, so because hopefully later on, after I get Surf, I can come back and catch a Smeargle or a Natu. That's ideally what I would want, is to use that as my encounter. So that is my plan. Let's go ahead and put Scare in, because Scare is more than capable of handling a Caterpie. I mean, Cinder is too, but alright. I think that I can, yeah, I think I can switch back into Oscar and have him be, he can take a hit from a Caterpie. Yeah. And then back into Scare. But I'll probably only be able to, I probably shouldn't switch back into Oscar again though. Because it'd be real close on this next Caterpie. But, well, maybe now that he leveled up. I mean, if the Caterpie gets a crit in, it might not be good. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put Oscar in for posterity. Let's do this. Ooh, yeah. So definitely not switching back in because he's not gonna level up again. So, but Scare should get another level out of this and be him, and Cinder should be on a pretty even keel. So that's. And I don't know who I'm going to use to primarily take on Bellsprout Tower yet. I haven't decided. Just because I don't want to get them. I don't want to get either one of them too far ahead of the others. But if I have to, I have to. So. Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch into Scout to take on this Rattata. I mean, like I said, I do love Raticates though, and I feel like I'm one of the only people out there that loves Raticate. Like I hear a lot of people talking down about Rattatas. I mean, I know they're common, but Raticates can actually be really, really cool. I mean, especially in these older gens where you didn't have. I mean, Hyper Fang was only a Rattata, and was only a Raticate thing. Well, actually, I think Rattata learns it originally, but still, it's only that evolution line thing until 3rd gen, I believe, but I could be wrong. It may have been 4th gen that they let another line have it, but I know there's a bunch of different ones that have it now, which is kind of lame because it takes away some of the really coolness of Rattata and Raticate. I mean, they're still the best at what they do though, and I think Alolan Raticate is a lot better than they're given credit for too, because they have a lot of dark type moves already, so they're just giving them Stab is always a good move. Alright, so I don't think any Pokemon appear on this floor on this side of the fence anyway, so pretty sure now. So let's see what our encounter is going to be. Let's see what our encounter is going to be. I didn't mean to walk in front of him. I'm surprised he didn't say anything to me. Come on. Come on, there we go. There's the encounter. It's either going to be a Rattata or Ghastly. Ooh, hell yes. Ghastly, hell yes. Alright. That's great. Of course, the Hypnosis, though. And this isn't like in newer gens where there's a limited turn on Hypnosis, so that's lame. I wanted to keep Oscar in just because I know Oscar won't, do too much damage to Ghastly, because I really want Ghastly to stay. But I'm gonna have to switch out because Oscar's just not gonna wake up, so we'll switch into this Cinder. Well, unless Cinder doesn't have Ember. If Cinder doesn't have Ember, then that would not be good, because obviously we can't do damage to him. I'm an idiot. Alright. Of course, so that's gotta be Scare, because Scare's the only one with a non-normal type attack move. And Scare's gonna have to sit there asleep for a little while until he wakes up. So hopefully he wakes up. Hopefully Scare wakes up and we get a hit in. That would be really lame if we didn't. Come on, wake up. We're faster than Ghastly too. Nope, still fast asleep. Come on, wake up. There we go. Get the pack in. Don't kill it. Alright. That was close, but it's not killed, so that means that we will probably catch it here, and that is great. That's great. A Ghastly this early. Well, not this early, but I mean, a Ghastly is a good member to my team. A Haunter. Male Ghastly. I love that it's got Gengar Sprite next to it, like... Let's see... Because I'm probably not going to be able to evolve it all the way to Gengar. It'll be stuck as a Haunter, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Let's name you Damon, and not all capitals. Alright, now let's go heal up. We took way too much status effects and things while we were trying to catch that Ghastly. So, go heal up. Do 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 do. So that's good. I at least got one of the Pokemon that I really wanted out of that excursion. I didn't get the Geodude, but that's okay. We got the Zubat instead, and I really like Crobats. But we did get the Ghastly, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna have to try. So I'm gonna try and split up the experience between these, between Cinder and Scare. So it would be ideal if Cinder could learn Ember before we get out of this tower, and I think she will, because I believe it's level 9, maybe level 10, but we'll see. So that is the goal. Hopefully we'll even be able to take on Faulkner this video, but we'll see. I'll check after Bellsprout Tower how long I've been going at this. So I may have to go on to Faulkner next time. Well, there's level 9, so we'll see. Oh, and I guess I should switch it into either Oscar or Damon. Oscar for now, just try and get them to roughly an equivalent level. And then after this video, I will probably grind a little bit, unless I beat the gym leader. Even then, I may grind up a little bit with the others. I won't grind them up past level 9, level 8, level 9, level 10, 11, because I know about 13 is the highest level of Falconers. So and I don't want to be super over leveled, but I also don't want to be under leveled either, since I don't have a Geodude. If I had a Geodude, I'd feel fine going in under leveled, just because it's Geodude. But I don't have one, so that limits my options. After I get Oscar to about level 6, like Scout, I will go ahead and move Damon up to the front of the party, so that he can get some experience too. Crit and super effective on something that I probably would have one-shotted anyway. Of course, that's just the way it goes. So I'm trying to decide, like, I know a lot of other Pokemon YouTubers have mascots, Pokemon that they love over others, and they used to kind of represent them. Personally, I think mine, if I were to pick one, I'd say it'd be Sneasel, or Weavile, because Sneasel is my favorite Pokemon, period. And Weavile is a good evolution for him, but I don't know. There are other good Pokemon too, but my favorite is definitely Sneasel, hands down. And it has a lot to do with this game and Silver, because Silver Sneasel, it left an impression on me. I don't know why. Probably because I was reading the Pokemon Adventure mangas around the same time, and in the manga, Silver is super cool. And maybe it just shows you how much of a loser I am. But seriously though, if you guys have not read Pokemon Adventures, you really should. They're really good. Even the newer stuff. I haven't really read much of the Black and White series yet. I've read all the way through Diamond and Pearl and the beginning of all the way through Platinum and the beginning of Black and White. So what I'm saying is that it's really good. You should check it out if you haven't already. You get to see some basically Pokemon for a more mature audience. The Pokemon that the creators of Pokemon really wanted it to be. But due to the attraction of the game to kids, they couldn't make it like that. So unfortunately, the anime ended up the way it is. But but this is the way that they wanted it originally, and you can see it by how certain themes reflect in the Origins series that came out not too long ago. They hit a lot of similar points, although there's definitely a darker theme to the Pokemon Adventures anime. Or not anime, to the Pokemon Adventures, the manga. So switching to Damon, since we're up to level 6 with Oscar de la Hoya. Anyway, yeah, so this game, Gold and Silver, this set of games, this generation, is one of the best ones to come out, and I say that because it does a lot of things that the newer games don't do that I wish they would. Just because this game does go back and explore other regions that you've been to before, I wish they'd reintroduce that, and I kind of have a feeling that they may do that with Ultra Sun and Moon, just because of how it ended and all the hints that go into it. I really do think that they may incorporate that into the new Ultra Sun and Moon, which would be really cool, but I think they'd go to Kanto, which is alright. I'd like to see how they decide it has changed since the time of Silver, because, I mean, even though they changed it a little bit when you saw Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I mean, it was still basically the same. Can't escape, of course. Alright, I'm gonna have to switch in and take care of this then. So, let's get this taken care of. So that would be so that's definitely on my wish list for Ultra Sun and Moon. What do you guys think should be included? Maybe from the past games, or something that you hope to see. I know I'd love to see a new evolution, like a flying or even a ghost type would be great. Obviously, I'd love to see going back to another region. Kanto would be fine, although there are other regions I'd like to see before Kanto. But again, I would speculate that it probably would be Kanto if they do decide to do that. Just because it seems like they were hinting at it a lot in Sun and Moon. And so do you guys think that this generation, because I know last generation they did Ruby Sapphire, do you think this generation, I know there's been speculation that they're going to reset and do an updated version of Red and Blue, but do you guys think that's going to actually be the case, or do you think that they're going to go ahead and do a remake of Diamond and Pearl? The only reason I question whether they might do Diamond and Pearl, why they might not do it, is because I know a lot of people did not like Diamond and Pearl very much. I really like Diamond and Pearl, personally. because I feel like Diamond and Pearl was basically the first game in the Pokemon series to really start exploring the RPG elements over just the grinding battle, typical 8-badge story. Because there's so much that you can find in Diamond and Pearl, as far as the history and lores of the world. And I really like Team Galactic's goals, but I know a lot of people didn't like it, because it did differ from the original games by quite a bit. And there's nothing wrong with it if you didn't like the game. That's a perfectly valid opinion too. But I did, because because a lot of things in that game were good. Like they gave a lot of Pokemon that needed evolutions. By that point, evolutions. Like Sneasel, even though Sneasel is a really cool looking Pokemon, at the time it wasn't so hot, so they gave it an evolution, and that made it infinitely better. They did that with a lot of them that generation. There's still some that I think could use. There's still some that I think could use an evolution, although quite a few of the ones that I thought could before X and Y got Mega Evolutions, like Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan really needed something to improve its stats, and they gave it a Mega Evolution, which is actually really good for Kangaskhan, although it's still not the best, one of the best Pokemon out there. It still improves it by quite a bit. And so I was happy to see that. So, I don't know, I guess that's my opinion on it. I'd really like to know what everybody else thinks, though. And leaving comments, obviously, are some of the best ways to let me know what you think. Yeah, so do you think that they will make a remake of Diamond and Pearl, or do you think they'll stop the remakes, or do you think that they'll start over again with a remake of Red and Blue again? That would be my question to you guys. As well as what would you like to see in the new Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Would you like to see more? Would you like them to include Kanto? Because I would. I'd like to see them include a lot of things. And one of the main reasons I thought they were going to originally was because I really thought with them coming out with the Switch, they would, go ahead and put that on the Switch. But then they didn't. Then they came out saying, we're not going to release that on the Switch. We will release a new generation on the Switch in a few years, which is fine, but it sucks, It's just, you wish for things like that to happen. I've been waiting for a main series Pokemon console game for years. I've thought that would, revitalize a lot of Nintendo's console sales. They didn't do so hot with GameCube, and the Wii was sold really well, but was really gimmicky, and the Wii U didn't do super hot. But I think it would have done infinitely better if they'd released a main series Pokemon game on the Wii U. But they didn't, so because I know I would go out and buy a Nintendo console just to play Pokemon. I'm not a huge Zelda fan, so I wouldn't go out just to buy Zelda, although I would play the Zelda games on it if I were to buy it. And the Switch may win me over, but we'll see. So there is a lot of good with the Switch. Alright, do I dare go up against the final stage in here, or do I go heal up first? I mean, at least I should probably change up the order and not lead with Ghastly. I'll lead with Cinder. Hopefully getting that. Hopefully getting Ember when it levels up. When he levels up. Go ahead and give him a berry to hold, because that way I don't have to worry about healing him too much. And then yeah, I'll go ahead and challenge this Elder. So this was a storyline that I loved that they included in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, was that Silver, or in my case, question mark, question mark, question mark. I mean, he did say that was what his name was. You cannot lie. He did say that. There's footage of it. But I love that they included that he was the son of Giovanni. I just think that was a great move on their part, on Nintendo's part, like including that little bit of in-depthness, why he is the way he is, making a lot more sense than it did in the original, in these original games. Like in these original games, he was just some, you know, just mean guy that didn't want that wanted to be strong and hated everybody because they weren't as strong as he wanted to be, or were as strong as he wanted to be, but he couldn't be like them. So I'm glad they included that storyline. It made it more interesting for me. So I'm actually thinking that on my next series, if this one does well, on my next series, well, even if this doesn't do well, on my next series, I'm thinking about having my wife playing with me on this, because while I think I'm pretty good at these games, and I think that I understand mechanics pretty well. I'm not championship VGC championship level by any means, but I think I'm better than your average person, but maybe not. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out because I don't want Cinder to die. But I don't feel like I don't feel like I necessarily get as emotionally involved as I want to be in these games, even when I'm nuzlocking. But I mean, I'm certain I'm trying to make this as entertaining for everyone watching as I can. But I feel like my wife is just so... She really gets into things, and she would just make it... She just makes things really fun to play. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the next series that I do. This one I'm still probably going to do just by myself. And that's fine by me. Well, it's been a little while since I've been playing, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal up, and then I will probably stop here for this video. But I will go ahead and show, me going and healing. Use the escape rope. I need to sort through my bag in between videos as well. Oh my! If I did not say so, okay. Heal. Alright, this is Apollo Frak, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright.